data type conversion functions. And we already showed you the toChar function where we converted a number to a string with a specific format. Note this number, 1 million, is getting a comma placed between every 3 digits. So it looks like 1 million. It's more readable. There are a lot of data type conversion functions. Most of them are very obscure, and we don't need to worry about them at this level. The only ones we do need to worry about are the basic ones: toChar, toDate, toNumber. Convert to a string from anything, a number and a date, convert to a date from a number or a string, and convert to a number from a string or a date, which shows you that we have everything covered. toChar takes an expression, such as a date or a number or even a character string, and applies a format to it and produces a string in a certain way. These are all the different types of format possibilities you can have to convert numbers to strings. So you can put commas in, as we saw earlier. You can put a $sign in. You can put leading and trailing zeros and divide up the commas but in different ways. Here's a number with no commas at all, and various other formatting options. Formatting dates we've already seen. A toNumber format will essentially give you a number from a string. If you try to plug something into the toNumber function that isn't a number, you will get an error. The same applies to toDate. You have to put a date into it. The format allows the toDate function to understand how the date is expressed. So if you put the date in as day/month/year, and then you set the format as year/month/day, it's going to misinterpret it. If the numbers are out of range, it will give you an error. So now let's go and look at some data type conversion functions by example. I'm going to format this number as a string with a comma every 3 characters. Hit return. And there we have the number 1 million with a comma every 3 characters. Let's take the system date and format it as day, month, year. The default format you can see is the day, the name of the month in 3 characters, and a 2-character year number. Let's try this number. This 0 here means that if the number before the decimal point is 0, it will place a 0. We should actually give an example of that by doing one of these and one of these. Now let's say this number is 0 and this number is 0, and I'm going to replace this with a 9, and look what happens. So we're going to format, we need to change these numbers as well because that's just going to be confusing. So now we're going to format this one, and we're going to make sure that the number before the decimal is a 0 if the number is a 0. As you can see, we have 0.12. Now we're not going to replace that 0, and you can see the difference. There's no 0 at the beginning. Now let's take this example. This is the same sort of example, but with a different number. This gives me 2 decimals, which adds a 0 to the end of 0.1 to give 0.10. This removes the 0 from the number on the left of the decimal. So you just have a space or a nothing. In this case, we're actually formatting from the 0. So it's going to want you to do 000, 000, dot nothing. The digit to the right of the decimal is completely ignored by the format, effectively truncated. Here we have a toChar conversion that converts a number to a monetary amount, given that it has a $sign in it. The $sign will be a floating value, In other words, regardless of the size of the number, the dollar sign will always appear right next to the most significant digit, the digit furthest to the left of the number. And again, it comes out 0 because it's chopped it off because there's no decimal. We could actually show a few more examples here. Let's do this, just to explain a little bit more detail. Let's do this. That would be 99. And now we can see 0.00 and again 0.10. We could do something else where we have, say, 5,000 and you will see that the dollar sign moves to the left and stays on the left side of the number. Pretty simple, right? Now let's format some dates very quickly. Sysdate. Format to year. 2012 in words. The day, Monday. The month is March. DD just gives you the day number, the day of the month. YYYY gives you 2012. Day, month, day, year gives you Monday, March 26, 2012. And so on and so forth. We can add more, add the time in, the hour, the minute, the seconds, and so on and so forth. So here we find all dates less than 2013 January, and here we find all dates greater than or equal to January 1, 2013.